Well, hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Travel with Rick. Got my very favorite guest on today. Hey, sweetie.
Hey, honey.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Does that make you laugh? You like being the very special guest? That's awesome. Well, listen, it's cruise month all this month on Travel with Rick. Last week we shared some really great tips with you. You had some good tips.
Yeah, you did too.
Awesome,
yeah.
And we had some other friends share some tips with us.
Absolutely.
So we hope you had a chance to check out those cruise tips. If not, hey, it's just as easy as clicking back and watching last week's video, and you can catch up on those cruise tips. But we're going to move right along because all this month we're talking about cruising, and stick around for the end of the video. We've got a really cool special for you that we're going to be telling you about that Kingdom Magic Vacations is offering, so you can get out there and cruise.
All right.
Right?
Sounds like
we want to make it easy for the whole world to cruise, don't we, sweetie?
It would be nice.
All right,
it would be nice, especially if they booked it through us at Kingdom Magic.
We would appreciate that as well. We certainly would appreciate an opportunity to earn your business at Kingdom Magic for your cruise business or your Walt Disney World business, any of your travel business, actually. So, let's get right into this week's show. We were recently, not too long ago, on a cruise on Royal Caribbean's Quantum of the Seas.
Wow,
boy, wasn't that ship awesome.
It was, and I had never sailed on a royal ship before, so that was quite an experience to experience another cruise line.
Yeah, that's right. It was your very first time. So, remember we had the magic band kind of thing to get in there? Remember we had the white bands? I had a hard time getting mine on. You had to actually help me with mine. But it's kind of cool. It has a little sensor in it. Opens your room kind of like magic bands do at Walt Disney World, right?
Yeah, I totally forgot about that till you just mentioned. Do you have to have that band to open up the doors, and do they charge with it, or do they still give you a room key?
You still have a room key.
Oh, you do?
You still have a room key, and and that was kind of neat though. It's just kind of something extra there. One of the really technological things. This is a really smart ship.
Yeah, right. That's right.
That's one of the things that they've really touted. This is one of their new smart ships, and one of the great things about a smart ship is the really awesome internet that we had.
Oh my word! Now that I loved.
Yeah, remember how when we're on Disney and even on other cruise lines, you always have to be conscious about how much internet you're using and stuff. Well, on Royal Caribbean, it's unlimited. You pay for it by the day, and you can basically eat as much as you want. You can always be connected. You're not just connecting and downloading and disconnecting and keeping up with your time. You buy an unlimited package, which is kind of nice, right? Right,
it is, most definitely. That's if you need to work while you're away. Sometimes people like to just unplug, and that would to me be a little bit tempting to want to be on the internet, because you have to, you might have to check emails and that type of thing.
If you're traveling with Rick, like we do, you just want to post stuff, you just want to be able to
if you
post
were
to
a
Facebook
blogger,
or to Instagram or whatever, or just kind of keeping in touch, or like you said, even get some work done while you're on the ship. It's kind of a nice thing to do, and that's a good thing about it. You can choose whether you want to unplug or whether you want to stay connected.
That's what's good. It's a nice option.
Yeah. And that used to be the thing that we always enjoyed so much about cruising, was it was really that time that you got to disconnect.
Yeah, exactly. And that was good, because when you're working all the time, it is nice to just go somewhere where you can unplug and just be away for a little bit. But
it's getting harder and harder anymore. We really do have to be connected. We live in a connected world now, and so we just get so used to it. It's almost tough now to try to think about disconnecting. But there were some other technological things that we really enjoyed about this ship, like the Bionic Bar.
I know.
Was that crazy or what?
That was really weird, but you really enjoyed that, and I know you took a video of it.
We got a video. We'll show you that, and it was kind of cool. They have some iPad-looking things there, basically some touch screens, so you can go up and order the type of spirit that you would like to have in your beverage, and then you order the mixer that you have with it, and you basically put together a drink order, and you touch it with your little bracelet or whatever, and then your key card, and you're off to the races. Or actually the robot is. He goes and grabs a glass and throws in some ice and mixes it all up, and then puts it down, slides it out to you, and you have to use your key card or your bracelet to redeem your drink at that point.
Oh, do you? Is that how you picked it up from the little bar that came out?
Yeah, so they don't want anybody walking away with the wrong drink. So you basically, your bracelet knows which drink is yours. So that was kind of cool. So hope you enjoyed our video on that. The North Star was kind of a really cool feature of this thing. Goes
Yep.
about 300 feet up above the ship. I actually shot a little video of that as well, which is kind of cool. We got a lot of pictures, so it kind of goes over to the side of the ship, you know, and goes up. I don't think it goes over the side when it's in port, only when it's out at sea, but it'll go up and down when it's in port.
Right.
And that's when we did it.
Okay.
Was when it was in the port, but that's kind of cool. You can also skydive. Well, I guess the virtual, not virtual.
Oh yeah,
but,
it's that
you know,
little air tunnel
the
thing.
air
you're
tunnel
in.
thing. Yeah. So it's kind of gives you that feeling of skydiving or free
Right.
falling or whatever. That was pretty neat. And even have bumper cars and
Yeah.
a roller skating rink
Yes.
at the Seaplex. That was pretty cool. The bumper car thing. This was a travel agent event that we were on for. So Alamo sponsored the night that we went and did the bumper cars, and they had the little wind up cars that they gave us.
Yes,
Remember
they
that?
gave us little wind up cars.
That was pretty
as their
sweet.
little token of appreciation.
Right. And another new feature of this ship was flexible dining. That took a little getting used to too, right?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. That was quite different than what we're used to. I mean, even with any other kind of cruise ship I've ever been on, that has been totally different.
Yeah. Yeah, so you basically have 4 restaurants that are part of the dining,
Right.
regular dining. So those are complimentary or included, let's say. And then there were 4 or 5 restaurants that were basically you choose kind of dining, and there's an upcharge for those. Remember we went to the one that was kind of Mad Hatter Alice in Wonderland
Yeah, that was
themed. That
yeah,
was
that
pretty
was.
sweet.
It was called. I think wasn't it called
Wonderland.
Wonderland? Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It was really unusual.
It was.
But it was a wonderful dining experience.
Food was so good. I remember
And
that.
weird.
Yeah, I remember
But it was
that.
good.
Yeah, the roast pork that we had was so phenomenal. Remember that? We started off with little bitty portions of things, just small little, things that smoked
Almost like-
and things
yeah.
that were like chemically induced food, really trendy, that kind of new wave, really high tech, genetically engineered
No,
food.
it's not.
I
Don't say
know.
GMO.
I don't know what all it was, but it's just different,
Yeah.
But we had reconstituted olives. Remember the liquid olive that we had? I mean, they take olives and they press them for like 2 days, and then they take the juice and re-gel it into a different substance, and that was really interesting. And then we had some really interesting quail egg things and just all kinds of cool things. But then we got into bigger and bigger foods, and there was just so much food. It was just so phenomenal. What a unique, interesting dining experience.
Yeah,
right?
it truly was. And one thing that I would recommend that you do when you do go there is to just let the server.
Good point.
Let the server
choose
for you.
Right.
Because, I mean, there is a menu of items and stuff, but you're not really going to understand how it all works. And so what they do is they help you with your dining experience. And it truly is a very unique experience. And even though the food in our American kind of culture, kind of food, it's really different. It's just really obscure kind of, but it's very good tasting. And
awesome.
It does start out with little small portions, and each, what do you call it? Each setting, each place,
Each course,
each
yeah.
course. Yes, that's the right word I was looking for. Each course grows upon each other, and it becomes bigger and better, and that
Really
bigger
awesome.
and better. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Leslie said, their menu offerings, and our server that night, waitress, told us, she said, I'll bring you anything you want.
Right.
I'll bring you more of anything you want. You can have anything you want. But since you don't really know what we have, nor know what you want, why don't you just let me choose? And then if I bring out something you like, I'll bring more of it. If I bring out something you don't like, I'll bring you something different.
Right,
And
exactly. So it made it nicer, I think.
It really worked out
Nice.
good because she really brought us some interesting things and was able to explain them, and it was just an awesome dining experience.
Yeah.
Got a great sushi restaurant on board that we
Yes.
tried.
Yes.
And then we also went to a kind of a Pan-Asian kind of place. We actually went there twice. Remember, we liked it so much that we
Oh,
went back.
yeah. Oh, I forgot all about that place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was really good. So
That was really
they really
good
had some
food.
great Thai food, kind of an Asian flair. It was really awesome. We really liked that. And one of the places that we really liked, and we'll kind of wrap up our video with this, was that space at the back of the ship. Remember 270?
Oh, 270. Oh, so beautiful, relaxing. Oh, it was lovely.
Yeah, and before we get into 270 too much, because that kind of makes me think of the entertainment. Remember we saw some great shows on the ship. Remember
Yes.
we saw Mamma Mia?
Yes, we did. Where was Mamma Mia at? Where did we see that?
Up in the front, in the
in the
kind of
theater.
ship,
Yes.
a part of the ship. We saw
Right.
that. We saw a guy, and they told us about this at a conference that we attended the year before, and it was our Vacation.com conference that was on the ship. But he is the world record holder for the largest stringed instrument. He actually strung a guitar, if you can imagine this, over a canyon and played it. Well, he strung a guitar, in this case, over the entire theater. The strings started at the front of the theater and got bigger and broader and spread out over to the back of the theater, giving you the feeling inside the theater that you are part of the instrument, that you feel the vibrations of the music. And he was just a really, really interesting guy, and what an interesting experience. But great entertainment on the ship. It was really awesome.
Yes,
right?
it was-
Even
it
though
was-
we were there working.
Right. And it was a working cruise, but it was nice to experience the whole idea of going on another cruise line. I really was
Right.
really liked it.
So back to 270. 270 is a really interesting space in the very back of the ship. It's almost, they call it the most expensive living room ever designed. It was like a $6 million living room.
Yeah, it was very
so it was in the back of the ship, and the 270 part means that there are windows all over the back of the ship for 270 degrees. So you have this nice panoramic view of where you've been. So you see out the back of the ship with these tall windows. It's two-story, has like a little loft area or a balcony area to it. The main seating area has these wonderful couches and chairs and little pods of, sectional areas. Nice big bar in there. But there's a restaurant off of it as well, and you can in there in the morning pick up grab-and-go kinds of things for breakfast. Coffees, cappuccinos, lattes, muffins, croissants, egg sandwiches, things like that. Like I said, grab and go. And then kind of the same thing for lunch. They have soups, salads, sandwiches, hot and cold, and you can just kind of go there and grab your stuff from a counter service type of restaurant and then go into the 270 area and enjoy your sandwich or have a beverage or whatever. Then at night,
Oh my goodness.
the windows become projection screens, and they have incredible shows in there. Think kind of almost Cirque du Soleil
yeah, that
kind
was
of stuff, right?
Yeah, they do all that kind of Cirque stuff.
And then it becomes a theater and an entertainment area. They have bands in there, and they have all kinds of things in there. So a really incredible area, which kind of just topped off the ship for us. We spent a lot of time back there. It was just very relaxing.
It is. The colors are very subdued, and it's just nice to just sit back there on those comfy couches and just enjoy friends, family, or just just if you want to sit in there and read a book. It's not a noisy area by any means. They have some nice little music that usually plays during the day back there. It's very it's a nice relaxing area.
Yeah, it was really awesome. So made it for a great space. Again, like I said, we spent quite a bit of time there. Well, I think that's about it. Anything else you want to share about the Quantum?
No.
All right,
I can't think of
great
anything.
areas on the ship, great food, great entertainment, and just an incredible thing. I really liked that snorkel thing. That was pretty cool. And of course, the Bionic Bar. It was just funny, watching
that's
the
more
bar
of a show.
work. All right, so that wraps it up. Remember, all this month we're going to be talking about cruising, and next month, of course, we're going to be talking about food and wine. So don't miss a show on cruising, and definitely catch us for food and wine. But come back next week, we'll still be talking about cruising all the way up until it's food and wine time. So thanks a lot for watching, honey. Thanks for helping me tell them all about the Quantum.
Anytime.
All right. And see you guys right back here next week on another episode of Travel with Rick. So long, everybody.
Bye.
When it's time to plan your next vacation, you need the experience of someone who can help you make the best decision for your vacation dollars. With over 18 years of experience, Kingdom Magic Vacations can help you plan your next trip to incredible destinations like Disney, Universal, cruises, and all-inclusive destinations. Our team of travel planners are with you every step of the way. All you have to do is relax and enjoy your vacation. We do all the work. Call 866-972-6244 or visit kingdommagic.com to start planning your vacation today.
If you're thinking about taking a cruise over at Kingdom Magic Vacations, our sponsor, our real job, we are offering a special all month long to say to you guys, get out there and cruise, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So use the link below and remember to mention promo code TWR Cruise. And we've got a very special gift for you. Depending on the length of your cruise, could depend on the size of your gift.
Exactly.
Right? So check it out, kingdommagicvacations.com or kingdommagictravel.com. kingdommagic.com will get you there as well. Or use the link below and remember to mention promo code TWR Cruise. Hey guys, thanks a lot for watching this week's show. We're here on the beautiful brilliance of the seas. Look at this ship behind me. This whole ship, not this ship, but this whole ship is gorgeous. It's just absolutely beautiful. And this is Bionic Bar, one of our favorite places we've been hanging out on the ship because it's all nautically themed like this. Just incredible. Listen, we wanted to remind you to drop your email address up there in the upper right hand corner. That way you're signed up for our feed. Every time we put something new here on the blog, you'll be the first to find out about it and you won't miss a thing. If you want to find out everything else that we're doing, check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/travelwithgreg. That's where we put our question of the week. You can find out where we're going, hear what we think about where we've been, and hang out with other Travel with Rick friends. If you're on iTunes or YouTube, yep, we have channels in both of those places as well. So check those out over there. Also, you never know where we're going to be, so check us out right back here next week for another episode of Travel with Rick. So long, everybody.